You do everything. You do everything. Why? The story. I forgot about that. Really? Really? Wow. Swear. Oh. That's amazing. Wow. Keep it up and finish shots. Which side do you get? This side? It's the lighting. It's the lighting.
Start. Ready? We got started. Let's go. We have to start. Okay, we really must start, or we will not get started. Thank you. Everybody will get a chance to be there.
Rabbi?
Yeah.
They want to start the program. We'll do meet greets afterwards. Yeah.
That's for these speakers. Can you hear me better?
This doesn't work.
No, you're in front. You're over there. No, right there. You're in the middle.
Oh, no, not there. The other table. I thought you wanted to do that. Show them where to sit.
Right there.
Oh, right there.
Well, it's not often we get to take care of him.
This doesn't work. I should use this one. This is just.
We'll see. We'll try. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Ben Schwartz.
Oh, good evening, Phil Rosenblatt.
How are you today, Ben?
Well, it's tonight, but I'm doing great. How are you?
You know, I brought you a gift.
This is working.
Did you bring me a gift?
What?
This is for you for having the courage to come up here today.
Do these work? Is not working?
We will try. Now.
Thanks for the gift. I don't have a tie actually.
Now, Ben, we also need to get into the spirit of the moment. So this will probably fit you better than me. Which color would you like?
I'll go with the green.
You go with the green.
What is this?
You put it on and show everybody.
I'm wearing a jacket.
Mine won't fit.
Hold on a second here. This is too much work.
You thought this was going to be easy tonight.
I did not agree to this. I'm just letting you all know. I'm not getting paid enough for this.
No. It doesn't say anything bad, but mine's going to be really tight.
You have to turn the lights off, actually.
Lights should be on. Okay.
Tell us, turn the lights off.
Okay. Ready?
Oh, I like this.
Good evening. Welcome to the USA, MDY, Siyum on Masechet Pesachim.
Special welcome to Reb Eli and his entire family, and a big mazel tov on your son's engagement. Mazel tov. Coffee break.
Coffee break. So, Ben, I think we should make a bracha before we start.
Ooh, okay.
Would you like red or white?
I like Bartanura. I like the ladies' drink.
Bartanura in a can.
In a can.
How's that? It's a little warm.
You sat on it before, right?
Ooh. Are my hands shaking? We're okay. We need a drink.
I need to turn the lights off.
You ready?
Lights off.
You first.
No, we'll do it.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam barei pri hagafen. L'chaim. We all knew this Masechet was over 120 blot, taking nearly 4 months to complete. So why, Ben, did we get less than 2 weeks to get this together?
That's just how they do things in RBF. Or rather, that's just Reb Eli. He prepares for us like 2 hours before, so I don't think we can complain about having 2 weeks.
I hear that.
One of the benefits of so many of us learning the Daf is the sales of Art Scroll and Quran Gemaras have gone up like crazy. Smart stores are having a blast.
Very true. Pretty interesting that the only author to outsell the Art Scroll Gemaras is Nachman Seltzer. Do you realize how much free advertising he gets? He gets his stories from this year. You would think he would give us out a book or two.
Right, that would be nice.
That would be
He
nice.
actually does turn books out faster than James Patterson. Okay, one guy got it.
Oh, okay, one guy got it.
Go ahead.
Ben, do we have time for some emails?
Email? Sure, we always have time for email.
Okay, here we go.
I have an email right here. Dear Reb Eli, my name is Ari de facto, and I've been learning the Daf over 3 cycles. No, I have not learned it 3 times. I started and stopped and started and stopped during the past 3 cycles, and was nowhere near finishing shop. For the past 21 years, I learned the Daf in shul building together with a number of other Bali Basim like myself, working during the day, taking flying lessons, because that's what we do, going to stuff my face, and Jew watch in Miami twice a year. I like to get to know this guy. He'd eat Thursday night shows, same old, same old. He had the same amount of cheer, same coffee, same room, same color Gemaras, same time, same guys, same jokes, every single night. We would greet each other, learn the Daf, then say goodbye, and leave. That's a long email. On the night before Rosh Hashanah, I decided to stop at a 7-Eleven on my way home. I never stopped at one, and I certainly never had any taiva for any kind of service. While in the store, Mr. Yoel Bergman, CEO of a company called MDY Merch, please make sure to buy your merch in the back that supports the MDY team.
Yes, thank you, Ben.
Also, Uncle Phil gets a cut.
Oh,
He introduced himself to me, and he said he was on a worldwide marketing tour selling the sweatshirts with the number 8 on them. He was very enthusiastic in describing the MDY Daf and the 8-minute Daf, and urged me to go home and watch a shir that night. And I did. I am now learning the Daf every single day, all day. I start with a live shir, and after the big schmooze, I set my alarm to go off as soon as Yosef Biliak posts a shir to YouTube. I get up and learn the Daf. On the way to shul, I listen to the 8-minute. On the way home, I play it in reverse, so I know backwards and forwards. Wow, this guy's fun. Every 2 hours, I watch the YouTube shir again at 0.0000025 speed. Wow, to further enhance the experience. You have changed my life. As my food bills have gone down, my wife and kids know I'm always learning, so all my ancillary, that's a big word, ancillary expenses have shrunk since no one will bother me while I'm learning. Instead, to save 6 nervous, schlubby guys and a mile of shir with a smashed hat, I have a feather of hundreds of friends around the globe who care about me and will send cases of water bottles to my home whenever I'm thirsty. But Ellie's hair is just perfectly groomed every single day and is not hidden under a size 25 Butler's Choice hat. I look forward to making a Siyum shot when I get to Macha's Daf Yomi Olive at the 2 dots.
Whoa, very good.
That's an email.
That was a good email.
That was a long email. Are we done?
No. So Ben, did you see the RBS Siyum tonight?
There was an RBS team.
There was.
Come on, this is the grand.
This is the grand. There were a lot of Divrei Torah there.
We don't have that.
We don't have any of that here.
Sorry.
Okay, one more email. Dear Reb Eli, I am an Avrech in a large kollel somewhere in the United States. Call me Shmerel, as I do not wish to identify myself. I never did Daf Yomi as it's too fast, and you can never remember yesterday's material. You have to commit day in and day out. However, there are hundreds of people running around with 8-minute Daf merch, so I drove from my home in Yakobson to the Best Buy in Pittsburgh to buy a device to access the Schmutznet and see what this is all about. After watching some shiurim at a nearby Starbucks, I have a number of comments. Number one, the Bittul Zman at the beginning and end of the shiur is just awful. Number two, a Maggid shiur is supposed to have a beard. Number three, whoever Kalman from the 5 towns is, he's a real Baal Gaiva. Wow, that's a good zinger. Number four, you are saying good morning, Rabbosai, but al pi halacha, it is prior to Nate's in many global locations. This poses a serious shaila for those going to sleep after the shiur. And number five, you read all these letters that almost make you into an avodah zarah. Ooh. So I do not listen to the shiur. I do not do the daf. I am not going to recruit anyone to do the daf. I will not sponsor a daf. And please tell that guy Yehoshua to leave me alone. Thank you, Nachum Horowitz. Very good. You know, Ben, some people just cannot get their day started without hearing Reb Eli say, good morning, Rabbosai.
He doesn't say it like that. I have heard some people even play the shirt over and over and over just to hear that saying.
So tonight, we will be auctioning off a one-of-a-kind voice recording of Reb Eli saying, good morning, Rabbosai. You can set it as your alarm clock, get your good morning, Rabbosai fix, and hit the snooze button.
Please do the honor and show the audience what they are bidding on.
Okay. I want you to press this and make sure the mic gets it.
Okay, ready?
Oh, that's the wrong one. Okay, sorry. Here's the right one.
There we go.
There we go. One more.
Oh, one more? I
Okay.
had nothing to do with any of this.
Comment, do we hear $10?
10, let's start 100.
He says 100.
Anybody else?
Kalman's in for 100.
Oh!
Sold to Kalman
Shkaya.
from the 5 towns. Thank you, Kalman.
Comment that's just the first of many.
So Ben, does your wife know how many chats there are for MDY?
I'm afraid we can.
So let's start. Number one, we have the Friends of MDY chat. That's a pretty chatty group. Makes us guys the kings of Yentas. A big shout out to the new king of the chat, Aaron Hirsch. Where are you?
Then, number 2, we have MDY Tehillim. A shout out to those who started. Very important and meaningful. Don't forget to sign up at tehillim.8beandoc.com. Shout out to those who started the group and all those who participate. Shout out to Five-Ish.
Number 3, MDY Muncie.
Number 4, MDY Flatbush/5 Tam.
Number 5, Friends of MDY Chesed. You can't do enough Chesed, which leads to more learning, I have been told.
Number 6, Yoel, dot point of MDY. Go Yoel Bergman.
So has Yoel gotten any Slurpees from Ellie lately?
Good question.
That is a good question. So we have a certificate from the chairman and CEO of 7-Eleven to give to Reb Eli to bring to Yoel in Chicago, and it states, 7-Eleven congratulates the CEO, Yoel Bergman, on finishing and learning Masechet Pesachim. We hope our Slurpees have helped you learn better. This will be going to Chicago. Number 7, the MDY donation group.
Number 8, MDY jackets and sweatshirts. MDY swag, don't forget to buy your merch, okay? Magnets are the best. Shout out, where are you? I'm from Mayor Parkovitz.
Where are you? Thank you. Number 9, the MDY Daf sheets. Shout out Yosef Biliak for all you do.
Number 10, MDY Chazara. I didn't even know that existed. And speaking of Chazara, shout out to the king of Chazara, Nachman Hara. No day is complete without his recap of things that have happened, will possibly happen, or will never, ever, ever happen. His imagination is incredible.
Number 11, the MDY lottery. We haven't won yet. Someone is not davening hard enough.
That's a lot of chat. Doesn't leave much time to even learn this out, which kind of was the whole purpose of all this.
And don't forget the anonymous MDY chat group. It's so anonymous that nobody knows who's on it or what they say, except for Yehoshua, who knows everything. Yehoshua, thank you for all you do for the shir and getting so many to join. It's like the Wizard of Oz. Yehoshua sent a gift to Eli to please bring back to Chicago, to Israel. So Ben, can we get someone to bring this to Rev Eli?
Yeah, that's now.
Well, what's oh no? Thank you. Thank you very much.
It's a little bigger.
You have to open it, yes.
Maybe Yeshua.
No.
It's Davar Acher, courtesy of Yehoshua Aaron Price. We don't say that word in the shir. Lo mishaneh. We don't say that word.
My Rebbe Taylor saw this.
I have a question. What's this?
Anybody who wants to know what's here only has to pay $500, and then it's all yours to read. Okay, not yet.
When you watch the shir on Zoom, unless you're one of the special few who have admin status, not me,
Not me either.
the rest of us have to keep quiet and never get to say a word.
That is so true. So tonight, we are auctioning off an item that will allow you to get your voice heard. When Eli sees this on the screen, he will stop the shir and you can speak.
This is a one-of-a-kind item, and we'll start the bidding at $100, Colin.
Comment, do we hear $100?
Anybody else? Special privilege. Okay, 200.
Okay.
Colin.
Does anybody know what this is? It's supposed to be a tube guy. So instead of trying to raise your hand on the shir, you could just show this and Eli will call on you.
Uncle Phil has an interesting imagination.
Okay. They all can't be winners, my kids say. Okay. We're turning to page 5.
We received the following video. This young man might be the next Eli's fantasy.
Let's go to the video.
Can we dim the lights?
I should have brought a whole bottle.
How are we doing? Okay.
I think so. We're keeping it moving.
Wait, let's get to the video now.
Of what?
It's on page 7.
After, yeah.
After we
Mark? Oh, should I keep going? Okay. Okay. Should I keep going?
Go ahead.
My friend. He's not going to be happy. Say something for half an hour.
Let's just sing a song in the meantime until we get this going.
Okay, maybe we should sing the Kaddish Rochet part now. Okay, we are going to, how are we doing?
Technical difficulty.
Technical difficulty. Okay, keyboard
We
man.
got it. We got it. We got it.
Okay, we're good.
What?
Welcome to MTY.
Making us look bad.
Make it louder on here.
We thought we were better than them, but
Simple
we're not.
method step. Don't worry. Be great.
But we're not.
No, but it's got nothing to do. So, one minute. Request.
Oh, because it's going on the output there.
Where?
Take the salad off. And while we're going, just take the salad off.
Make it louder. Louder. Okay. Play.
Good morning,
We're
Chavris.
only on page 5.
Since I've started listening to your shir,
We'll keep going.
I've started to develop some of your tendencies.
You want to skip it? We could skip it.
And
Who's speaking?
my Chavristas don't want to learn with me anymore.
This is on them. This
I'm asking for your help. Since I've started listening to your shir,
is where we're supposed to
I've
relax.
started to develop some of your tendencies. And my Chavristas don't want to learn with me anymore. Please help me. I'll show you a couple clips. You can let me know how I can improve. Thank you. Good morning, Chavris. Before we begin, I just want to read the text messages from last night. You said, hey, what time is good for you to learn? I responded
It's like the deepest comments. Could someone find the speaker?
and now we're here. Perfect. No, don't worry. You don't have to get up for a coffee. It's not good. Yeshua, we got a coffee over here?
It's on.
Yeah.
Is that thing still playing while we're just standing here like dummies? Ellie, what's the story?
The headphone jack right there.
Straight into the speaker system, so this can go here.
Is it working or should we just go on?
Is the headphone jack?
Is it on the back?
Half a minute, he said.
No, the speaker.
What? I don't know.
Bring me more wine.
We are going to need more wine. These are way too tight to me.
Because somebody's going to trip on this.
Yeah.
Cross that.
Yeah.
I am. Gonna work now?
What?
Yeah.
Is it plugged in? Oh, here we go. Okay, start over.
Started to develop.
Start over.
I'm asking for your help. Since I've started listening to your belly, I'm asking for your help. Since I've started listening to your shir, I've started to develop some of your tendencies. And my Chavristas don't want to learn with me anymore. Please help me. Please let me know how I can improve.
Don't touch
Thank
that
you.
wire.
Good morning, Chavris. Before we begin, I just want to read the text messages from last night. You said, hey, what time is good for you to learn? I responded at 7:30 p.m. And now we're here. Perfect. No, don't worry. You don't have to get up for coffee. It's not good. Yeshua, you get a coffee over here? No worries. He's going to come soon. It's this one. Now on to the next mission, which is sponsored by Official Catering. But first, we're going to see who is in the oil today. Yanko, good to see you. Oh, Daddy Colorado, good to see you. Okay, let's begin. I'm just not kidding. Then we're going to need to make another chart. Chart 17 is the charm. Okay, so he's outside the room, this gentleman, and obviously we're going to give him Kailas. And this is, I think I'm going to get it this time. Whoa. That's the card number. I did not get those still to get their pictures just yet. Hopefully next week I'll get it. I know it's gonna explain everything, but I didn't get it yet. Okay? Let's keep drawing. You know what? If God tries 17, you get it. We're gonna need to do a diagram. And I just went home. My wife has a shake head. She's got a new bowl. Honey, we can create this diagram. It's gonna be perfect. Just give me a second. Okay, now on to the videos that came about. We're actually looking for a sponsor. I had no sponsors last month, and I don't want to make you sponsor again.
My son.
We can't continue until we have a sponsor. You know what? I'm just going to put you down for now, and we'll continue learning, and then we'll take it from there. Okay? Perfect. On to other things. And then we must go over in 3.5 minutes. We're going to get it done. 3.5 minutes. Okay, we're going to get it done.
Okay, that was my son. So Ben, this is a Siyum on the entire Masechet of Pesachim, correct?
You get this.
Because I'm more nervous than you. I need to put my hand somewhere.
Yes, this is a Siyum. Correct.
So we should conduct a real Seder right now.
Real?
Correct, let's start.
You mean sing right now?
No, let's sing the parakim of the Masechet of Pesachim.
You're still being for real?
We're going to try to do this.
Okay, we're good.
So, Maestro, we need some help.
We need a lot of help.
Yes. Yeah, what's going to help? Ben, get over here by the mic.
We're vaccinated.
I know, we're doing two things on this computer. Projecting to that screen and also
wait,
running a PowerPoint. Really, they can be on two separate computers, so it's more efficient. So what do you want to do? So projecting that screen from the computer over there.
I gave it to him, but whatever. We gotta. Am I gonna have to start? Asar Kal Shah Elo Avrin Makam Shenahago Tamid Shenishchat Elo Devarim Ketzad Solin Ha'isha Misha Yatamei Arvei Pesachim. Okay.
This is all on So there are these 4 cups of wine at the Seder.
And that gives us an opportunity to hear from 4 of our MDY Chaverim to give a toast. We did the toast already. We go.
Okay, let's move on.
Ben.
So, thank you, Trevor. Our first toast is by Dr. Alan Listes, who tells it like it is. And we love him for that. Dr. Listes felt very bad he couldn't be here tonight to thank everyone in person. She wanted to convey his thanks to everyone who helped put the shoot together, especially Gary Ben Moshe. Please give your attention.
Yeah. Plug it back in.
Hi, welcome to the Siyum, the Southern here. I'd like to thank the organizers. I'm sorry that I can't be there in person. Thank you to Uncle Phil and Mark Ashkenazi. daf, I really appreciate you're asking me to speak. We can't thank enough the people involved in the everyday daf. Rebelli, of course. By the way, these little buttons on the end are for closing the cup. They're obviously open under your suit jacket every day. Because it's Moshe Shabbos, I have to be wearing a tie. This is called a bow tie, and no, it's not a clip-on. To the CEO, Noam Fix, to the other CEO from Chicago, Yoel Bergman, Yamaka on, it is my home, not my office. And by the way, I did not tell Rebelli to tell your mother you're not allowed to have Slurpees. In fact, I encouraged him to buy you all the Slurpees he possibly could. And you should hold him to his word, because he promised me he would do so. In addition to that, how can we forget some of the other people involved? You've got Avi Karmiansky and Malcolm Seltzer, and boy, oh boy, do those guys know how to shuffle. If you watch the return to the base medrash, they sit on Rebelli's right side in front of him. Avi Karmiansky shuffles at a very nice leisurely pace, but Malcolm Seltzer, he just puts all his heart and soul into it. And it's a very nice range of shuffling that we get on a daily basis. The official of official caterers, originator of not only the best in catering in the Baltimore area, but also turning of the daf, the official Mishnah, soon to come the official Tosfos from official, the official Rashi, the official moving of the string as the page gets turned.
It goes by itself. It should go by itself. I really want to change it to a PowerPoint presentation.
I hadn't opened the Gemara since I graduated college in 1981. This is Mir Hashem, my fourth Siyum that I made in my life. I was fortunate to find this year prior to the start of Daf Yomi, the cycle. And we started in January of 2020. And I've been with the Daf since Daf Bet of Brooklyn. It has helped change my life and the lives of many others. On a daily basis, I look forward to it. Many nights I'm able to be up for Zoom, some nights I'm not. Actually, for you, Badlanim, some of us actually do work during the day. And sometimes, just getting 4 or 5 hours sleep at most is worth it to be on the Zoom meeting. I wish you all Hatzlacha. Continue to join, seeing each other on a regular basis, be able to continue to enjoy the daf together, to get the pearls of wisdom. I do have just one prop here. I tried to keep this extemporaneous speech down to a minimum. This is a book. It's called the Oxford English Dictionary. It has many, many, many words in English. Perhaps next time I will have a book of calculus, because try as I might, the book for Panovich math came on a 3x5 index card. And it really didn't offer much in the way of propagation of any useful knowledge. That being said, I wish you all again Hatzlacha Rabba, Arichas Yomim. We should share Slachot together, and I thank you all for being a big part of my life. Rebelli, please don't forget to buy the CEO from Chicago, Yoel Bergman, as many Slurpees as he will.
Hold on, we're not done yet. There's more. Almost. Hang tight, Ellie.
And to those of you who are astute, you realize that while I'm in the same good dafbrama shirt and bow tie, it is actually light outside because I neglected in a senior moment to say a couple of things and wish several people who I did not wish Hatzlacha and Toda to. Yosef Biliak, whose tireless efforts on working on the daf, downloading it, thank God he's getting fiber optics if he doesn't already have it, so he doesn't have to schlep to the IKEA, to download stuff to YouTube, and chapter everything out. So those of you who are unhappy with the emails, the sponsorships, the turning of the daf, and the schmoozing can fast forward through it. I know it's not being fast forward fast enough. You guys make the rest of us look normal. And for that, we are greatly appreciative. In addition, we can say thank you to Yosef. Sorry, we did Yosef. You guys all have the same names. Yehoshua Aaron Price, who, very much like a fungal infection, when she attaches himself to you, like a barnacle as well, it is very difficult to get rid of. To the rest of you guys, collar stays are what you put in the collar to make them actually lie neat and flat. Some of you may want to consider it. I'm sure the top merchandise guys will do their best to get MDY branded collar stays for you. Once again, the Rebelli, you must buy oil as many slurpees as you can before Pesach. It is incumbent upon you to do so. In addition to all this, I've wanted to say for a while now, we are but one pitcher of purple Kool-Aid away from becoming a cult. I thank all of you once again for your time and your efforts, and we look forward to being able to celebrate Siyum together in the future. Thank you. Oh.
Dr. Listhouse thinks that we are a cult, and he's not far off. But
I'm only up here for the tie, actually. That's the only reason I'm up here. Okay, we did Kadesh, now it's a Kadesh, or Chat. You know, here.
Yeah, we have it in the program, but if you'd like to do it now, we could do it now. Raya. Dafbrama, dafbrama.
They stopped it. I have to totally stop it.
Dafbrama, dafbrama, shalom. March. He turns it off. That's his job. We'll just keep it going. It's time to serve while we're speaking.
We're skipped to the end for the last page.
Okay, turn it back on.
Okay, back to our regular programming. Thank you. So Ellie. Okay, Kadesh, or Chat, you know, here in New York. That's what I said. I'm just following the script. Okay. We do things in a big way.
It's go big or go home.
Each day, Rebelli gets this little cup of water, and then he wants a second cup. It doesn't seem that hard to get Rebelli a larger cup.
Yeah. Bring it to him.
Okay.
Yeah, Kalman, we're auctioning this off.
Kalman, another $100.
You're in for another 100.
It's a bigger cup.
I was better than a pig.
MDY, yeah. Whoa! That is your cup for Pesach, and you have to drink most of it.
Rough guys, rough guys.
Who wants to bet it gets broken before it gets back to the
Yeah.
Rough guys.
Okay, that was a good one. So Ben, you watch the shir every day?
Yep, I never miss a day.
You understand the Gemara every day?
Like the back of my head.
You follow all the charts?
I love the charts.
Where's our picture?
Our AP guys.
Picture?
Okay, moving on.
You know the difference between Tumas Zav and Tumas Sheretz?
We covered that? Oh, yeah, of course. I know the difference between it. I know the difference between a good ribeye and a bad hamburger.
You know all the different type of Erevin?
Not only do I know them all, I check them.
Well, we don't have the chart, so we got to skip that. Okay. Oh, there we go. Okay, sorry. Go to the next one. Oh, you know what this one is? I don't know. Go to the top of page 10. That's Erevin.
I got that.
Okay, wait till I catch up. That's also Erevin. All right, go.
Not a clue.
Oh, wait, stop there. Okay. We're up to Yachatz. Say Yachatz.
Oh, we're up to Yachatz. Yachatz. You know, breaking the matzah terrifies me, Uncle Phil.
Why is that then?
I take out my $30 piece of matzah, and all I can think of is how I'm going to break it even. I have flashbacks to the daf where rebellion is such top.
You know, Ben, you are a bit obsessive compulsive, aren't you? I just karate chopped the matzah in half.
Yeah, but this gives me nightmares trying to figure this stuff out.
I seem to remember in the shir, Eli with the mixing bowl. I think that a Maggid shir who claims he can dunk can do better to drill a hole through a plastic bowl. I think we should up the challenge for him. Here we go. The boxes are getting bigger. Eichmann, turn around.
I am. Hey, listen. You just told me, give me the dinner, all right? Because I'm not staying long.
Wait, you gotta read the envelope. Rebelli, please read the envelope. Yeah, sorry.
Mike.
You staying on here?
Dear Ellie, I know you like your playing. I know you like your playing with your toys. Got it right. But the next time you decide to show off and impress the share by drilling a hole in my favorite mixing bowl at 5 in the morning, please try to sleep. Please try and use this one. Hope you're having fun. Siyum. Thank you. The real deal.
I think the pig will fit in that. I actually meant to bring had go in the freezer. I forgot to. Oh, very good. Okay, Ben. Yeah, the video.
So here now is one of our young men, Jeff Rosenberg. His face lights up and Siyum brings a smile to everyone that sees. Here was some words of inspiration. Jeff, that's some cooking advice, by the way.
Jeff, you ready? Okay, go.
I just want to take a minute really quick and thank everybody else in the 8-minute dot. Sheer consortium, group, family, say thank you for everything that is done to make the sheer so accessible. That is the number one thing that I love about the sheer, is that even while I'm right here, my entire kitchen in my college is so hard to consciously face off. I consider it 1 year within. And have Dr. in the background. It is so super easy, so easy to get, part of the group, part of the family. And That's the number two best part, is that I started last January and I now have an entire new family to support me in my growth, in my education, my entire 2-day learning. So those are my two key takeaways of this year itself. Learning. The only negative that I have is that right now it's at 1:15 in the morning for me, and sometimes 12:15 in the night for me, and it can be difficult to have to wake up the next morning at 6, 7 o'clock if I spend the whole night for an hour on the shear up until either 1:15. It's a 12:15 shear to 1:15 shear, and because it's so late, I get this missing, the camaraderie that happens both before and after shear. But that's it. That's the only negative I have with it, is that I miss my afternoon shear, so I have to use the right now. But again, the accessibility is what is key. Thank you, Rebecca. Thank you, everybody else. Thank you, David, and Dafbrama.
You know, Ben, one year I bought a book that had the Manushtana in over 300 languages.
How many languages do you have to know?
Barely two.
Now, my good friend Kalman has lots of questions. Except, he could never get Rebelli's attention.
So Kalman, we'd like to invite you up here to ask Rebelli your questions.
We show the questions.
These are the answers to the questions. Give it to me one at a time. You're gonna read your questions that I wrote.
Wait, I need no problem.
You're gonna read
You
this.
guys have been practicing this stuff for weeks.
No. Okay. Are we ready?
What do I have to do?
Just read the question, please. And if you could translate that to Hebrew, I'll be very impressed.
If Panovich algebra, geometry, phi, or the theorem, what math doesn't teach?
The answer is yes. But remember, I'm not a raw. Oh, you guys roll.
Oh.
Achas v'achas. Achas u'shtayim. Achas v'shalosh. Achas v'arba. That's the answer.
Okay. Number two.
You gotta skip the 3. I already said 2.
Skip the frame?
Read it to the mic, please.
Is it true if you abandon your wife while scuba diving, she will not leave you?
What question is that?
Number 2.
The answer is yes. But remember, I'm not a raw. And I don't prosecute. Otherwise, my name is forbidden.
We do Chazara, so it's okay. Number 3.
When you call someone who leaves a gas station while the gas gouge is on empty and thinks he can drive another 20 kilometers.
Amaris. No, other side. Read the other side. I'm sorry. I'm from Panovich and I can't read this.
Okay, number 4.
Where did the O in official catering?
Number 4. Number 4.
Number 4.
Yeah, go ahead.
Read it again.
Okay.
You guys got to turn off
Number
your
4.
mics.
Where did the O in official catering come from?
The O in official catering, it's not an O, it's a 0. It stands for 0 unsatisfied customers.
Ooh.
Another reason.
That's good.
The O is for 0 schneids, not satisfied fishing.
Okay, one more.
One more.
Rev Ellie and I learn, and for some reason, I don't feel a stress relief like Yossi Klein. What should I do?
I'm not a raw. I don't have an answer. My wife is a scuba diver. Oh, here we go. Here, second. Try slowing down the daf. We play from 2 times to 0.5. This should reduce stress.
And a comment, thank you for playing. 5 questions. Here's your stress relief ball.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
I'm gonna take off your mask for a second. You want that now, you know. Wow. Colin, close to the titters.
What is this, a test? He's traumatizing us.
There you
go. All right, thank you. No, we're not. Speaking of Yossi Klein, he prepared a special charosas for Reb Eli. I'm sorry? I do not know, but here you go. Oh, you need your mic back, right? Ben, I have one more question.
What's that?
Wait.
How does a guy go from being a Panovich Bacher to a plumber and electrician, to a chef and a waiter, to a sleep center operator, to a zoo warden, to a real estate president, and then wind up as a Maggid Shir?
Repeat that, I was not listening. He must be either very good genes or he's just a super special person.
Ooh, good one. That was a nice answer.
Thank you.
I didn't write that.
I know. So one of the unique, incredible things about this year is our young communist Muhammad being involved in all on their own.
Are you still doing it?
The best part, and this is what makes Reb Eli Shir unique and special, are the young kids under the age of bar mitzvah, getting up early, giving up their other fun activities to learn the daf eagerly. It's very inspiring to all of us. Here now on the video are our future Gedolim of MDY.
Listen. No, they're not here. Oh, here. There's one.
That's number 2. That's number 2.
This one?
Number 2. No. Go back.
Make sure the guy with the camera in the front, his volume is muted.
Nothing here.
Go down. Keep going.
Gonna get feedback.
Keep going.
We went to those.
Okay, so put them on. Huh?
Make sure the camera in the front is muted or we're gonna get double feedback.
What's your name? How old are you? How long you been doing the daf for?
I'll be good.
How do you watch it? And who do you do it with? Go. What's your name? How old are you?
9.
How long you been doing the daf for?
I've started from these brachos up until now.
How do you watch it every day?
Every day is different stuff. When they Zoom, when they YouTube, when they watch it most of the time into the Daf Yomi.
And who do you do it with? Who does your dad come to the daf?
Yeah.
How long has your dad been coming?
Years and not for brachos.
Do you know what does your dad do for the daf?
He's probably a doctor for the daf.
Do a lot of people ask him, can I get out of Corona?
Sometimes, yeah.
Does Ellie know who you are? Does Ellie know your name?
Yeah.
Do you think Ellie pays enough attention to you?
Sure, yeah.
Why do you do the daf? Why don't you just sleep all morning?
Because I went first to the Siyum shops with my father and then cutting. So then one day, other somebody was in Shabbos and I couldn't go. My father said, why didn't you just tell us to Daf? And that was when Daf raised the house, and I enjoyed it. But I said, why don't I take it one more day, and then up until now. I'm still doing it.
Wow. If you would say one thing to Ellie, like, what would you say?
Like to thank her?
Yeah.
I'd say thank you really much for teaching me the Gemara. Without you, who else would have taught me? And you're the best.
You're the best. I love you. What's your name? How old are you? How long have you been coming to the daf for? Do you come with anyone?
My father and my brother.
What does your dad do?
He's a writer.
Writer? How long has he been coming to the daf for?
Since the beginning of his
And does he like coming to the shiur? Does he ever talk about it at home? What does he say? Likes it? And do you have any friends from the daf?
Yeah.
Who's your best friend that comes to the daf?
I think my best friend in the daf is
Ermin? And why do you come? You could just be sleeping. Wouldn't you want to just sleep in the morning? It's early.
Yeah, it's fun. It's not. I don't want to sleep in the morning.
Why? What's fun about it?
So when you get up, you get coffee, and you start.
Get to bed. Action.
My name is Siyum from some plays, and I started doing the daf in the beginning of Pesachim with Ellie, and since then I almost missed like 2 or 3 daf.
Why do you do the daf? Why don't you go play basketball? Why don't you do soccer?
I do the daf because originally I started doing the daf because I wanted to get better at learning Gemara, but now that I do the daf, I just want to actually do the daf because it's fun, it's interesting, and there's all sorts of different people over here that are doing it, and it's just such a nice place to be around. So, and I'm doing my original goal, so why not?
Do you do it with anyone? Does your dad come also to the daf?
No.
Why not?
He did, but he's really busy, so therefore he can't really do it so much.
Do your grandparents know that you do the daf?
I don't know.
Do you want to tell them about it? If you were to tell your grandparents one thing, your grandfather's about to see you, what would you tell him? Like, Zaidi, what do you call your grandfather?
Zaidi.
What's your name?
Always Santa.
Where are you from?
Thomas.
How long have you been doing the daf for?
From the beginning of it.
What's the beginning? From brachas? What do you like about the daf? And you like the coffee? Who else comes to daf from your family? Who's your father? Nachman what? What does he do? Does he do anything for the daf? Do you know what he does for the daf? You don't know? You don't know? Okay. Why do you come?
Okay, we're back.
Okay, miss us? Okay, so
Okay. Ooh. So he flew in and not Yehoshua. Very nice. Give him the dafbrama to take back. Keep going.
so I suppose, Uncle Phil, that you want to sing about my with me.
Of course, I wouldn't expect anything less from such a stellar chazan.
Right. All right. It's almost done, guys.
Maestro.
Okay. Rhetorical?
Should have gone right to singing instead of this. We gotta wait for him to go around. We're gonna sing in 1 second. The song has to go around. Sorry. I'll need you in 1 minute. Ready? We were Amharatim, and now we are Chachamim, Chachamim. Now we're free to learn all day. The 8-minute daf is the perfect way.
Have a good night.
Okay, our singing careers are over. Page 13. No, keep going. You know, Ben, the 4 sons represent all of us at MDY.
You mean some of us are smart, some of us are either simple, not so good, or don't know how to ask a question?
Not at all. Here is a chart that shows what I mean. Chart? I guess not. 12. Oh, sorry, that's the wrong one. Chart 13. That was good. So the Chacham, these are the Zoomers, the smartest bunch.
Why is that?
They are learning from thousands of miles away.
And the Tum, who are they?
The Tum, these are the guys who are right there at the shir. It's easy to sit next to Rebelli and follow his shir.
So I figure that Russia is the Amharites.
Of course.
Okay. And the one who doesn't know how to ask, who are they?
These are the YouTubers. They can't ask any questions. Ben, do you remember the chart as to what the order of Yaknaha is?
I sure do. How do you confuse about an hour, 8 different opinions? Why can't we all just agree on one thing?
So I think we found a solution that we all can agree is the right one.
What is that?
Here is the answer. Chart 15. Wine, 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 and more wine. No, he didn't come.
Right, we're skipping that.
We're up to Moti Matzah.
Moti Matzah, okay, finally.
Moti
So
Matzah.
finally, we can taste the matzah. The Seder's almost there. By the way, nobody ever did on the
I know. Okay. We will save it for the next Siyum. You know, making matzah is an art. Everything needs to be precise. You need the right equipment.
Right now, the next MDY swag item is now available for purchase to help support MDY.
Dykeman.
Here you go.
Here we go. Kalman.
What are they, 500?
500 for this one.
Sold to Kalman. Buy down.
We're skipping the next video.
So now
Wait. Let him open it. Yeah, open it.
Are you keeping track of Kalman's dad?
Yeah. One side it's a Stefanski matzah board, and the other side is a Yehoshua mute board. If Yehoshua doesn't behave.
I have nothing to do with any of this. I just want you to know. Okay, we're up to the mower.
It's
So I think everyone here knows what they're going to be using for Mars.
And what will that be, Ben?
The most disgusting thing possible. Kuta, baby. Kuta, kuta, kuta.
16. Shulchan Aruch. You have to sing it. Okay, we'd like to hope everybody's enjoying their meal and time for a few thank yous. First of all, to HaKadosh Baruch Hu for all that he does, all the blessings, enabling us to learn the daf with such a wonderful Maggid Shir, with such wonderful people from all around the world. Our wives who encourage us to learn. I can say without a doubt that tonight would not have happened without Mordechai Ashkenazi. And Kalman #1 and Kalman #2 and the anonymous Kalman from the 5 towns. Special thank you to Mordechai Sapoznik, David Adres for helping us with the charts and the diagrams. Nachum Hurwitz and my son for anything that is funny, anything that is not funny tonight, you can blame on me. And a special thank you to the entire MDY team in Eretz Yisrael for all that you do.
Don't forget Uncle Phil, who put everything together for tonight. Big round of applause for Uncle Phil, please.
And
I don't know what we're up to anymore.
page 17.
We were done.
Barech.
Okay, all the way, very far, he traveled very far, all the way from the 5 towns. The magnet originator himself. Please give a warm welcome to Avram Meir Farkovitz for tonight's toast. By the way, a big mazel tov.
Yes.
I want to say, keeping it very brief, on behalf of myself, my son Asher Zelig, and anybody else who wants to be included, thank you very much to Rebelli, the whole entire MDY staff, the whole entire MDY family, for taking the daf and turning it from something that we do to being part of who we are. Thank you very much, and have a good touch of Sameh.
Okay, as Rebelli mentioned before, we did have a song in the program. Hisha Amda.
Oh, where is it?
Please help us.
You have it in there?
Yossi, ich will ein Picture. Ich will ein Picture. Ich mit mir.
Okay, we're back. One more video, and then we're almost at Siyum.
Talman would just pay more money, we can finish now.
Representing all of the families and those who do not get the property, we present Rabbi Tversky. Why did he be here tonight? Please watch the screen for Rabbi Tversky.
Of the entire MDY Mishpacha. This is a great milestone for all of us for completing and finishing another great Masechet of Gemara with such a great magnitude. With so much excitement and energy and fun into the daf, into the learning. As a principal and as a teacher, I know what it takes to prepare a piece of Gemara. The clarity that you bring, the excitement that you bring, makes us all wanting to come back again and again and again. Personally, I just had a simcha. And when you marry a child, you get distracted and you lose track. And sometimes you fall behind a few blad Gemara. But knowing that I'm part of a bigger family that took me back right away to get back on track and not to give up, even though you fall behind a little bit, catch right back onto the wagon. I'll say a story of the Nachum of Chernobyl, which my grandchild of his, that he once attended a bris where he was the sandik. When the bris was over, a few people that were there, they all left. So he turns around to the father of the baby, and he asks him, "Are you making a suda?" He says, "No, in our town we just, we do the bris and then we leave. There's no suda. There's no excitement." So the Nachum told him like this: the Samach Mem, the Yitzhara, also has the name of Hashem. Samach Mem Aleph Lamed, like Malach Gabriel Hashem Hashem, Malach Michal. Also the Samach Mem. Samach Mem Aleph Lamed is Davis Sudas Mila Ein Lasus. Sudas Mitzvah Ein Lasus. Siyum Masechet Ein Lasus. The Yitzhara doesn't want us to make an excitement of learning, an excitement of finishing and completing. You finish, it's okay, move on. It's not a big deal. Because he doesn't want us to start another Masechet. Baruch Hashem, I could say that every block Gemara we learn has that excitement, and we want to come back and learn another block Gemara. And all this is big yashachayach to Reb Eli for everything you put in, preparing this daf, delivering it to us in such a clear way. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And Mazel Tov.
Thank you, Rabbi Tversky. We have a surprise gift for Reb Eli from himself.
In the meantime, if anybody wants to, Talman, still available. Talman.
The board is still available.
You can have it.
There's nothing there, so it's all good.
Also, starting of the year, the end of the year, go miss. So, and I know you said that couldn't do basketball, and work out and stuff like that.
Oh, no. Oh, yeah.
Topic number 2.
I just want you to know that Uncle Phil keeps pulling out more and more pages. I don't even know from where. While we're waiting, this is unrelated to MTY, but my son Sviki just passed his road test last week. It's a big mazel tov. Everybody stay off the sidewalks.
He's now an Uber driver. We all know the inspiration for Daf Yomi was from Rav Meir Shapiro. Nearly 100 years ago, Daf Yomi started and continues to grow each and every day across the entire globe.
The following words are from an interview with the newspaper. As I traveled to the Theological, a big question appeared in my mind, disturbing tremendously, and I knew not the answer. I pondered for hours and I could not come up with a reply, until I actually stood in the great hall of convention and remained lost in thought. How can we possibly host in one hotel all the Gedolei Yisrael from all circles and different backgrounds? How can our Prime Minister connect with the Rav Yaakov Rosenheim, the president of Agudas Yisrael, in Frankfurt? How can a modern American youth sit comfortably together with a kid in the box? And a Dorothy Katolic's Dutchman go along with Yiddish from Poland? What could possibly bridge the differences between all these different people from all different walks of life? At a loss for an answer, I wrote out my showcase and I took out my Gemara brachas to begin learning in depth. And as I reached the first question of the Gemara, I could not understand it. So I began to study the Mefarshim, Rashi, Tosfos, Marsha, Maran. Upon learning explanations in detail, I was soon able to come up with a shot. On the spur of the moment, it occurred to me. The Mishnah was created in the days of Yehuda Hanasi in Eretz Yisrael. The Gemara was written in Babel. Rashi was in Rome, and Tosfos in France. The Marsha was in Vienna, and the Maran was in Torah in Poland. And wonder of wonders, all these diverse backgrounds came together, united, to explain the Gemara's classic question.
Our shir given by Rav Eli is exactly what Rav Meir Shapiro envisioned. Holy Jews from every background, from all over the world, learning the same daf each and every day. It is our honor to present Rav Eli with a small token of our appreciation for all the hard work he does each and every day. Please let's give a New York welcome to Rav Eli Stefanski. No, you gotta hold this with me.
Yeah.
There's a big chance.
Thank you, thank you.
Yes.
Early speaking up?
What? He's gonna finish the scene.
Plastic or without?
Plastic. I did it backwards.
Big reveal.
We'll find out.
Ready? You ready? Wow. Man Shapiro.
For your office.
Beautiful. Somebody had a sign on me. Wow. Beautiful, beautiful. Wow. Thank you, Uncle Phil.
Very nice.
Somebody just asked me, how's he your uncle? No, his name is Uncle Phil. A tremendous amount of work what he just did.
God bless you.
Boy, I spent a lot of time on that.
No problem.
Thank you to Mordechai Ashkenazi. And Yamin Schwartz. Comment. Ellie Dykeman.
Okay.
Voice side. The way I feel right now, I feel like a sibling that's been away in yeshiva for 6 years. And I just came back, a family simcha, and here they are. My ganze mishpacha is here. Everybody. And I know almost every single one of you. Most of you my face. I haven't seen you in a long time, so thanks for coming to the simcha. It's beautiful to see everybody. We have a few very, very chashuv guests here. Everybody's chashuv, obviously, but I want to give a special shout out. Moshe Abner, 40 years old, traveled all the way from Montreal. Good to see you. We watch this every single day. A lot of you don't know. This chavrusa, his first chavrusa, I replaced his first chavrusa, which was a goat. Not kidding. Sending pictures, we couldn't learn if chavrusa was a goat. There was a rabbit. Baruch Hashem, I'm the replacement. So thanks, Moshe Abner. We have Ethan O'Garrick here from Eretz Yisrael, right over there with the hat. We come to the house every day. We have a very special guest. He's a person that lives right below me, 2 floors below. You wouldn't believe how many people live below me, but it's true. Reuben Jay is a very, very big part of the year. He's here from day one. And he edits the 8-minute. He edits the 8-minute cheer. That's why there's no, I'm producing it still, but he doesn't want to edit it. He's on vacation. So you might be missing a few of them. So Reuben, stand up. You know what? Come over here, Reuben. Get over here. Ah, I know you're patient. He's big. He's just, you gotta see this guy. This is a piece. Reuben, come on. Reuben. Who's the guy? Now that I was invited, I want to go on and invite a few more people. I want to say a shout out. There's a very special guy in the room. His name is Nissan Gads. He's behind the marketing. You see, today I went on Cheaper World News. I had no clue, and all of a sudden I see you like this. So you see that? It's all his fault. He brought a bunch of people to the shir, spreading Torah. We have Lady Freeman also. Here, get over here, Lady. I gotta tell the story. Lady Freeman is a principal of a very school in Ramat Shemesh, and this is a true story. He came to my house to collect money for himself. Gave him a little check. And as he's walking out the door, I say, what about Torah? You learn Torah? Yeah, a little bit. I said, no. Do you do the daf? No. Well, tomorrow morning, 7:15, you're gonna be there. He goes, I'll be there. So the next morning, I didn't think of it. Next morning, he's there. And he hasn't missed a day in 3 years. The only time he misses, he goes on that solo call, and he'll send me a picture of him holding a little baby or something. It's a nice shayah. He thought he's coming for a check, but he got that. True story? True story. Now, there's one last person that really hates covet, and that's why I'm doing it for him. I really don't speak a lot about him, but without him, I would not be here today. And the truth is, it really goes for every single person in the room. I'm saying this with all seriousness. Every single person here has a schus in me learning Torah and me giving over the share. It's not me giving, you give to me, because when you're there, I see your face, and I know you're watching, every single person gives chizuk to me and to the whole chevra. So I want to thank everybody. One person that enabled me, as you know, I'm a real estate guy, I'm a balabas from Chicago, and I developed real estate and built a portfolio, and along came this young guy, a huge alkishrin, big, has a good head. And I like the kid, we got along well. He's coming up, don't worry about it. Let me introduce him first. You know what, you can start coming, so it's a while until you get here. Get over here, Benzi. So, he became a partner of mine, and he enabled me to move to Israel. And without him, I would never be able to do what I'm doing. I would never be able to focus on learning like I'm focusing now. I'd be completely in business. There was a point in time, just a few months ago, I used to go to Chicago for real estate once a month. I'd stay for 3 days, never miss the Shabbos. I told my wife, I'll always be back to Shabbos. I'll leave after Shabbos and come back Thursday night for shir. I'll give a summary shir on Thursday night. Since brachas, started brachas, there are a few weddings in Chicago I couldn't go to my nieces, and all of a sudden I realized I can't leave. The group grew, and just it's not fair to leave. And I wasn't in Chicago for over a year. Full year, he took care of everything. When I got back, I realized he sold half my property without telling me, but it was okay. And I have a tremendous hakaras life, and I think everybody who enjoys the share and benefits from the share owes Betsy Freeman tremendous hakaras life. Thanks, Betsy. It's a tremendous yad that I found him, that he's my partner. What else? You really see. Yeah, I started using those reading glasses, and my brother-in-law's house. I think I got it. It's not that my eyes are. Another, just one point before I make the scene. If you look around the room, I think we are in the process, us collectively, are in the process of bringing Mashiach. If you look around the room, they have everyone here, Litvaks, the guys from Lakewood, the guys from Williamsburg, from Muncie, modern Orthodox, and everything in between. And where else do you find such achdus and camaraderie like with the MDY Fever? So Keep it going, and a tremendous welcome. Right, we have a very simple Gemara here. Finish off Siyum. It's a tremendous accomplishment. 120 daf. And many of you have done every single daf together, and part of the Bashir, part of the Kafura. And if you want to save the Siyum the Thursday night, because that's the day that we're supposed to do Siyum prayers, do so as well. And if you didn't learn Pesachim and you're part of the Siyum, it's Kilu, I think the guide says it's Kilu like the Messiah. On the base. We already said, sponsored by Eli Deichmann. So everybody's there. Not supposed to know that he's the one behind the whole thing, right? Oops. Rabbi Simlai Yikla the Binyan Aben. Simlai went to Binyan Aben, Bomine, he asked him a question. Shita Binyan Aben, and Rabbi said, I enjoy this now, this is still babbling, and later on we're starting Yerushalmi. Very different. Shita Binyan Aben, Hashem says it's Tzivana Binyan Aben. It's obvious that the father of the son makes the bracha. Al Binyan Aben. It's his son. The Kohen would not be able to make a bracha on somebody else's son. However, Baruch Shechianu, Gimar Yonah, as man has said, question is, Kohen Mevarach, the Ben Mevarach, Kohen Mevarach, what can I do the other day? At the end of the day, he's benefiting from this. So the Rishonim already discussed. Thank you, Nachman. Thank you. There's only one person that can start thinking MDY. It's Nachman Seltzer. So the Rishonim already discussed. Anytime a client gets a little benefit, he's going to make a bracha Shechianu. If somebody gives him a van full of trumas and ice cream, he makes a Shechianu. He doesn't make Shechianu. But there's a Shechianu going on over here. And only one of them should make it. The father and the client. So which one should make the bracha? If the client is already benefiting, he's having 5 slides, maybe he should make the bracha. He's the one doing the mitzvah. He's, by the way, just thought about it. I really didn't prepare this, but I'll tell you. When I turned bar mitzvah, I was in Bnei Brak, and I made a total of $200, my entire bar mitzvah. And most of it came from Lev Levayev. Lev Levayev is one of the wealthiest people in Israel. He built Pesachim. And very interesting, he lived 5 feet away from my apartment. He was the other apartment across from my apartment. So we were very friendly. And he gave me over $100. The bar mitzvah was over. My father looked at me and said, listen, he said it a little nicer than this, but I think what he meant to say is, he said, the reason why I think you're messed up is because I messed up on your opinion that you need a real cut. Said it a little nicer, but that's how I felt. You know, maybe if you did a real opinion event with your own money, things will straighten out. So I looked around and I found this client called Rappaport at a real ichus. So I knocked on his door, and he was annoyed at me. He's like, "What are you knocking on my door now? I mean, you already had by the door a whole Muslim opinion event. I guess the Rappers will come in every day." and he gave me this thing. He said, just say this, grab my money. I had to transfer the dollars I had into pieces of silver, and he took it. I gotta talk to my father about that, but I just realized now, it's a mitzvah, so but I did it myself. I did my own mitzvah, but couldn't be a stam mitzvah for because my father did it years ago. Says Gemara, you didn't know what that is. Also, show them the brushes, he went to his bench to ask, who makes the Shef Yom? The father or the father? The father makes both prophets. The officer, Allah is Abiyah ben Mevorach Shtayim. And with that, Hadun Allah, Harbim Sofim, speak along Sofim. Hadun Allah, Harbim Sofim, speak along Sofim. Hadun Allah, Harbim Sofim, speak along Sofim. I'm continuing. Okay. Hadun Sofim, Hadun Allah, Night Allah, Night Allah, Sofim, Night Allah. This is Shimon, Sofim, this is Shimon, Levamadeh, Levamados. Hadun Sofim, Hadun Allah, Night Allah, Sofim, Night Allah. This is Shimon, Sofim, this is Shimon, Levamadeh, Levamados. Hadun Allah, Sofim, Hadun Allah, Night Allah, Sofim, Night Allah. This is Shimon, Sofim, this is Shimon, Levamadeh, Levamados. Also, wenn alle Leute hin und her sehen, steht Rost und Sinn bei Masechet, Siyum le Mabah, Hilu Bakam Baron Bakam Nachman Bakam Bakam, Abu Mari Bakam Rafram Bakam Rosh Bakam Sud Bakam Al Bakam Dor Bakam. Arab Nadi Nadi Muslim say Rost Hilu ובפיה יסעם כל ישראל, הנה לא נעצנו מצצח ישראל, ולא נהיה כשמח ולא נצצח, ואין חכמים נצצח ואין מגני, מי ביסום וחותך למעלה לגויש, ואין לו מלא של תפילת קיבם בישראל, ברוך אתה אלוהי, ועדי לפתח ואומר וממי צל ועד, ואין לו אנחנו בנוח על אלוהי להיר ולהמסים, ששם חכים יש מסמדרש, ושם חכים יש קרונות, שלא משקים והם משקים, אנו משקים לביטורים והם משקים בום בתילים, אנו עמל והם עמלים, أنا عامل كم صخر بهاي عامل كم صخر أنا راسي ما نروح مخيل مع بابا نوصل بالشعب شنو بعد بريم بالشعب عشان دام من ولا يأتي مي عليه الباب راسه في نفع دي مي هاي شيف شلتاني تسايم ست صاحي كده زي راحت ست صونا خير والسايمون بالمايد واللامي ليش ما لاسس كان يقول لك تعمل ست هوا وسخوص على الناي عم نروح سامي ده خام يعمل زي شلتان الشجر متي bizarre zerzaia de go sky me salafat am khoiso shokot shlokh am tsoysi sakho yimma khoisi khosh sky yom yimino smelo shokhoy ale noyz la moy day ale noy do day samela shloy boy say we have a guest that's going to say Kaddish. As you know, one of the things that showed the tremendous achdus and the chesed that Chaver has is when, unfortunately, little Yerachmiel, the 8-year-old Yerachmiel Gordon, was lifted from a brain tumor. And we found out then about all the chesed that was going on, people sending laptop computers to the Gordons so that they could communicate from the hospital. Somebody sent a 15-foot kayak to one of the kids as a gift, pillowcases, the Hillen. People came to Menachem Abel. Somebody drove 4 hours to Menachem Abel. One of the Fevra, Shlomi Klein, who just left, the Lubavitcher came in and asked him, "Do you know who I am?" And he said, "Of course I know who you are. You're Shlomi Klein. I see you on Zoom every day." And that was another way that we saw tremendous achdus and tremendous camaraderie that the Fevra had. So here with us tonight, all the way from Lakewood, Cerulli Gordon, Shkoya.
Is Kadash Shmiravo. Omol who does it the Skadito, Hayom Iso, the Aski Yasoin, Hayom Mold, the Karton Shudaim, ולספלו יכולה בגבי למקום כל חנו נכרו מן הרוב לעשות כל חנו דשמיא לעשרי ימליך ותשוב ריחו ומלכוסי ביקורי בחיי חיינו בימי חיינו בחיי דכל בית ישראל בעגלו בזמן קריב במהרו Yisbarach, Yistabach, Yisbov, Yisramam, Yisnasei, Yisadov, Yisalev, Yisalos, made the Kuchav, Richu, Yelo, Mikol, Bakoso, Bishiroso, Tuzbakoso, Nechamoso, Damiron, Bomovim, Ruame, Yisrael, Valbonon, Valkamidei Hoin, Valkol Kamidei, Samidei Hoin, Valkol Mandos, Gimboy Raiso, Tibasro, Odin, Tibakola Sabasa, Elohim, Coin Slom Lavo. Bechizo berachamim, b'chayin arichen, b'zayin ribichei, u'kokono mikodon adoni b'shmayo v'aro b'imru amen. Yesh lam rabim b'shmayo v'chayin toivim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael b'imru amen. V'yiseh shalom b'mroimo v'beracham v'yaseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael b'imru amen. Enough time to
Going up now. We're good. No, it doesn't have to be 5 seconds. Thank you for coming. Huh? Take your cup. Go. I don't want to miss your moment. Just get everybody's attention.
Everybody can please find their seats. As we conclude our final portion of this night's event, Siyum, we go on to First off, I'd like to thank everybody for coming. Yisrael's koyach is in the Rabbim, and the Rabbim that we have over here is a big chizuk for all of us. Even though it's only part of our crew, it's a real big chizuk. Thank you really, all, wherever you came from. I'm sure it was a big deal. Thank you so very much. As we conclude this part of our Siyum, I'd like to take this opportunity to thank all the people that put a great deal of effort to making that decision take full stage. From the film, Mordechai, Talmud, real heavy hitter, and of course Ben. Save the best for the last. Background noise. Anyhow, it is my great honor and privilege to call up to give us a little more chizuk. Even though we know what we do is really, really great, the chesed that goes on in our group is really, really amazing. It's a real inspiration for everybody, especially myself. And it's just my great honor and privilege to call up Rabbi Chaim Walsi to give us a couple of words of chizuk. First, to continue with the new Masechet.
Thank you very much. I don't know where Eli is, I don't see him, Rabbi. Oh, there he is. So if you need to do opinion on Ben of third line, I was playing, and my mother was best friend, so both grandfathers are hands. I don't know if the other guy ever had that. So,
did anybody ever come to you when you were older? Did anybody ever come to you to do it later on in life?
Yeah, I have come meeting that, but not for the Spirit, so we did it. For that. Many as I could, so I could make as much money as I could. Worked out very well. Amazing, to be invited to the Siyum, Pesachim. I deal with a lot of kids that are struggling with Hashem, with atheism. I'm not sure. And one of the things I told the kid today, actually, was you know that they're finishing the second Pesachim right before Pesach, and talking about even Shabbos, like, Pesach comes out, but the Shabbos, it said, even in the theory of randomness, which is the basic of the physics of atheism, you couldn't have figured this out, that Mama's Pesachim is going to come out really right before Pesach. And one of the big Eden in Pesach is Chabura. So I'm not gonna ask this question and try to answer it tonight. Why this special idea of the Chabura has to be set before you shut it for Pesach. Also that the Etzem for Pesach is I guess it's the only carbon really that totally for the people. There was no Mizbeach in Mitzrayim. And one of the Kabbalah said everything is for the people, for the person, the people that are in that group. And very different, the whole Yom of Pesach we're on talk about tonight. Very, very different than the Etzem, you can't break a phone, different halachas, different going on. And this will try to just give you a feeling. There's something to say about the Seder that I think is the It's definitely a game changer. We just went through a very tough year, Israel, the world. There's a very interesting passion. The passion is the halacha, your chareses, is supposed to be made with red wine. They used to make it with, try to make it with dates, you make it with apples, cinnamon. It's supposed to be sweet specifically, and it's supposed to be made with red wine in memory of what? In memory of the babies that when Israel couldn't finish building the wall, the Mitzrayim made us take the babies and put them in the wall. They actually would cement these Jewish little babies in the wall. Horrific. Absolutely horrific. To watch a child die in a wall, cemented into a wall. Horrific. So why would the chareses have to be sweet? And the whole reason for the chareses is to dip the marrow, which is bitter, and make it more sweet by putting the chareses. Babies dying in a wall is much worse than being rabbed and being whipped and being beat. And they claim that they had fish and watermelon and whatever, but I would think that the chareses should be made with red wine vinegar or something extremely bitter. Why sweet? It's a mud thing. It's a big hash. Teretz is an amazing medrash that when the Mitzrayim were in the Yam, and Hashem said that the water should drown them, the Sar of Mitzrayim, the Malach of Mitzrayim came before Hashem. The Malachim know how to learn. They said, according to Jewish law, the Egyptians you want to drown because they drowned the children, even if they get beat up. According to Jewish law, the Egyptians are not chayav beat. Why not? Because we know there are three things that we're told to do or give up our life. We have to give up our life. One of them is shvichas dam. So if someone puts a gun to your head, says, kill this guy, I'm ready to kill you, you're supposed to give up your life. But what happens if you don't give up your life? And you kill that person? Are you chayav visa? Or someone else says you are not chayav visa? And Bedouin can't give you visa because you weren't ladies. But then the Malach of Mitzrayim said that since the Melech Mitzrayim told the Mitzrayim that they have to throw the children into the Nile, and therefore the Malach is chayav visa. So therefore the Egyptians, if they didn't throw the children into the Nile, they would be killed. So they also have the din of Maines, and therefore you cannot drown the Egyptians because they are pucker according to Jewish law. Malach doesn't know how to learn. So the Medrash says that the Malach Michael went down to Mitzrayim, took a baby out of the wall, and threw it in front of him. He said, and said that I know that they would have to die because they were Malchus, but nowhere and never did Pharaoh tell the Egyptians that if they run out of bricks, babies should be put in the wall. That wasn't an Egyptian idea. That was the people's idea. And therefore, they had no heter because they weren't working them out. This was their idea. And then it says the curse when he spoke to baby, the dead baby for the Kalei, said, Kalei, destroy them. And that's when the water destroyed Mitzrayim. The Shimshon Pinchas, all the Shalom, says the following day when they did that happen. He said, you see that from the bricks of the wall, the children of the wall, as bad as it was, and as painful as it was, it saved, those children saved the Jewish nation. Because for the children that were thrown into the Nile, the Egyptians would have never been destroyed. And therefore, even though it's a very bitter situation, there's a sweetness in it, because it's saved by Israel. Maror is by Maror is Chayeh. When you take your life and the things that you're going through that are very hard, and you understand that in Hashgacha Pratis, there's a reason that Hashem did it, it makes the bitter life that a person goes through much sweeter, understanding that there's a reason for everything. And therefore, the Maror is specifically in Charoses that has to be sweet, and the Charoses exemplifies that even though things are really bad, putting kids in the wall is really bad, but the mindset is a cheshbon, but in the end, it saves lives. We really don't understand what happened this year. We really don't understand so many tzaddikim, so many balei chasadim, so many of the leftover people who went through the Holocaust. It was a bitter year, no matter how you look at it. Financially, children not going to school, mental health, every which way you turn. We don't understand it. So how do you sit and say to this year? And you have a seva and you're leaning and you're dipping. How do you do that after such a year? The answer is the answer is we don't understand. But maybe what we went through this year, it's not a punishment. People got up when it happened, and I don't know anyone who listened to my share. I got up and one guy said people bought my davening shekels, people are making expensive weddings, and I'm like, Hashem is not bringing COVID on the world because there's one neighborhood that's making it's ridiculous. It's the process of Mashiach. And the Gemara says this is what's going to happen. It's a process, and it's part of the process. Not a punishment. We're not being punished. There's never been the amount of Torah in Klal Yisrael since Mount Torah on this level in Europe, in a town. There was no one that finished Shabbos. Maybe the world. But I spoke to people who lived in Europe. Nobody, they were nobody finished Shabbos. Very, very few people. How many hundreds of thousands, maybe 1 million people finish Shabbos? How much Torah is being learned at 5 o'clock, 5:30 in the morning, 11 o'clock at night? There's never been this amount of Torah. There's never been this amount of tzedakah on this level. Never. This Pesach was going. Never has there been this amount of tzedakah. Tefillah, people were saying, Hashem is throwing us out of shul. For what? For going to meeting, going to Shem Shabbos, going to be 15 minutes till 3 o'clock in the morning. There's never been this many minyanim. I grew up in a shul that didn't talk a lot more than talking in shul has changed drastically. Why would Hashem throw us out of shul? Why would people getting up and saying Hashem is throwing us out of shul? Hashem is our Father. Not throwing us out of anywhere. We never doubted this much. When I grew up in Muncie, there was a million for Mincha and a million for Myron. And if you missed the Mincha and the Myron, there was no 10 o'clock million, 11 o'clock million, 1 o'clock million. It didn't exist. Million factory? Never heard that word. Never so much davening, never so much learning, never so much tzedakah, never so much achos. Look at this tonight. Look at this chabura. Hashem's not angry. Hashem's not punishing us. That's not what this is about. This is a process that the Tanaim who could do. Tchias HaMesim said, I don't want to live in 2021. I don't want to live in the Tavshit Be'al. Tanaim! I don't want to live in the process of the coming of Mashiach because it's not going to be easy. What's happening tonight is the bringing of Mashiach. It is a chabura. It's a Siyum on Pesach, on Pesachim, which is mamish before Pesach. You have to be a fool not to see Yad Hashem. I want to finish with a story something that I think everyone here should say at your table. And I'm not telling you what to say, but this is a story. It's very, very deep, and I'll say it fast. I'm going to say it fast. It's very long. And the stories like this, and it's actually connected to a Soyar, and it's actually very Kabbalistic, and it's very, very deep. So the Medrash says that when Hashem said, I'm going down to Mitzrayim on Pesach night, so the Lashon is Chipazon. Chipazon is a moment. Rashi says fast, but also like a wow moment. We got engaged to a Kosh Baruch on Pesach night. And 7 weeks later, we got married in Shavuos. Many times, I remember my daughter going out, and I said, like when they got engaged, like, what day did you know? When did you know that he was the one? First day, 5th day, 7th day, 9th day. There's a moment, even if you have a relationship, you're going out, there's a moment that you can point to that you say, that moment is when I made my decision. No, you would think of Medrash. Hashem said to the angels, I'm going down to take my colleagues, puzzle. I fell in love with them. He promised Abraham and Yaakov was going to take us out, we're going to get the Torah, we're going to go to Israel. He never promised to marry us. He never promised to marry us. He never promised to get engaged to us. He promised he was going to take us out as a nation. But what happened with Mitzrayim? was on a totally different level. And he told the Malachim, I'm going down to propose to them, to take them out of Mitzrayim. And the Malachim said, you can't, you're a kohen. And Mitzrayim's tummy. And Hashem said, yeah, but Klai Yisrael is my truma. And the halacha is the truma in a clay keli, which is tahar, a kohen is allowed to go and be the tama and go into this Pesachim, into this place, and take it. They are my truma. So I am going and I will become tameh. I don't understand the Zayar. And they said to Hashem, who's going to make it tahar? And Hashem said, Aaron HaKohen. I have no idea what that means. So the Malachim said to Hashem, you are the Kohen Gadol, you're God. You can't go there. We'll take the nation out and we'll meet you at Har Sinai. We'll take them out. You don't have to go into this dirty place. And HaKadosh Baruch Hu said, I need below Malach, I need below Sarah, I need below Shliach. You can't propose to Kala by sending someone else and say, will you marry him? It doesn't work. So HaKadosh Baruch Hu came into Mitzrayim and he took us out. Now Allah said to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, but they're on the 49th level of football, they're low life. And the Mitzrayim on the 49th level, why take out the Ebed? Take out the master. And HaKadosh Baruch Hu stopped giving reasons. Because when you fall in love, there's no reason. It's not on your paper. It doesn't make sense. It's not logical. HaKadosh Baruch Hu said, this is who I want. And the story is, I'm going to tell you very fast, of a prince that his parents died, he came to the king, and they were sent to a faraway land to marry a princess. In those days, in 2 countries, they would marry the prince to the princess, and that way they would get together. So he was in his chariot on his way to faraway land, a week traveling to pick up the princess to bring her back to his country to marry. And he's on the way, and there's a tree that falls on the way, and the wagon, the carriage stops. And he's sitting by the window, and the soldiers that were with him are getting rid of the tree. And all of a sudden, I have to be very detailed. All of a sudden, a hand comes out of the ground, full of dirt, full of filth, full of mud, to the window of the king and says, alms for the poor, just a penny, please help me. The king, this young prince, looks, what is that? A hand like full of mud, what is that? And the soldiers think it's an assassin, and they surround this hand, this person, and he looks down and it's a girl. And he says, get up! No, just a penny and go on. No, get up! So she gets up out of the mud, a mud creature from head to toe, full of mud, stench, her hair is matted. They never saw anything like this. And he says to her, who are you? What are you in my kingdom? What happened to you? She said, my parents died, and nobody took care of me. And he said, I collect money at this crossroad all the time. He says, get into the carriage. And the viceroy who's sitting next to him says, King, it's very nice what you're thinking, but the carriage is made out of satin. She's filthy. And what do you bother? We have to go to the princess. This is a mud thing. This is a peasant. When I say it, my heart, you'll understand what's going on over here. This is a peasant. He said, but I'm the king. You're the viceroy, but I'm the king. Get into the carriage. They put a towel down, she sits down, and he looks across at this girl, and he's just staring at her. He's staring at her. And she's uncomfortable, and he's staring at her. He says, you know what? Turn the carriage around, we're going back to the castle. The viceroy said, what are you doing? The princess waiting. I'm the king, do what I want. They go back, his mom is a rebellion. I'm sure you know this kid, what happened to him, comes back with one thing, everyone's saying, he's not normal, he can't be our king. The guy says, is turning home. And he tells the women of the court, I want you to take care of her, wash her up, do her hair. I want her to wear my mother's gown, perfume, my mother's jewelry. 8 o'clock tonight is dinner. I want her to be there. The viceroy is begging him, please, we'll build her a house, we'll feed her, we'll do whatever you want for the rest of her life. You can't do this. Because I'm the king, this is what I want. She walks into the room at 8 o'clock at night. They're all sitting at the table. In their lives, they never saw someone so beautiful. And the viceroy is like, that's not the mud thing. And he says, oh, yes, it is. I know her features. I spent time looking through the mud. That's her. And the viceroy is blown away that this young guy could see this. And she sits down, and they put a bowl of soup in front of her. She's a peasant. She never saw a bowl, and she never saw a fork and a knife. She puts her hands into the soup and starts eating with her hands. And of course, this is the royal court, and they're looking at her, and the viceroy listens to her. Yeah, it's very nice and she's very beautiful, but a peasant is a peasant. They don't change. And the prince said, you're right, but give me a year, and I'll teach you how to eat, and how to walk, and how to hold court. Just give me a year. But Kahoya, after a year, they get married. She's royal. She's amazing. Because the whole country changed. Because she came from a very poor place. And she built schools and she just took care of the poor. Why am I telling you this story? This is a story you have to stay at the table. It's a Zoya. The Malachim said to Hashem, you cannot take out a nation that's on the 49th level of Tumah. They're mud people. They're filthy. They're Zoro. They're lowlife. For the king. And HaKadosh Baruch Hu said, you don't know who Klal Yisrael is. You don't see through the mud. You don't see through the 49th level of Tumah. We're going out. Yeah, but okay, maybe they're beautiful when you wash them up, but they're slaves. They want to go home, they want fish, they want watermelon, they want water. They're slaves. The book said, okay. We're going to go to Sinai, we're going to give them a book of etiquette, they're going to learn what loyalty is, then we're going to put them in they're going to go for 40 years to get rid of that slave mentality, and all the people that were slaves are going to die. And we're going to go into Eretz Yisrael. And then you're going to see they're going to build a castle, and you're going to see that I was right. I want to read you a Kavah Yosher in 2 seconds, where this story comes from, and why I'm saying it before Pesach, the Seder night. So the Zohar says the following: that you have to be very careful when you set the table for the Seder more than any other time. He brings down, I don't want to get into it, this kid's here, but he brings down that it should be a young girl or a young boy that was never coming. So under 10, under 11, 10, 12 years old, not even a woman that was taller should set the table. So he brings down la halacha. He brings down that his Rebbe used to go to find a young girl to set the table. That's the kedusha that the table has to have. He said, chas v'shalom, that a non-Jew should set the Seder table. He said, oy v'y v'y, chas v'shalom, that a non-Jew should set the table. And this is what he says, and we'll end with this. He says, Zohar says, this oiver, the nimsa zibuk elyon kadosh. There's a very high level of connection between Klal Yisrael and Hashem. The word zibuk is the highest connection. Hu halayla hazel Hashem. And he says the following: Shitzaras l'smayach b'ois halayla. Mishum says simcha. You have to be happy at the Seder, not in a rush. Not like we'll say that kids will learn at the meal that everyone's sleeping. And he says the following: simcha regila. You should be singing. You should be happy. Don't be in a rush. I'm translating in Hebrew what it says in Aramaic in the Zohar. When you're talking about Mitzrayim, and also you can talk about your addiction, whatever you had to break, whatever you had to go through, whatever your is Mitzrayim. Very important to talk about your is Mitzrayim this year. He gathered all those angels who badmouthed us to Mitzrayim and said they're peasants, they're mud people. They're on the 49th level. And he says, Hashem said, come with me. They all go with HaKadosh Baruch Hu to everyone in your house, to every single house in Klal Yisrael. Hashem is now to show them that he knew our features, and he was right, angels, and you were wrong. So he comes to everybody's house. The Chu Shimu, listen, Malachim. Listen to the Shema, listen to the praise, and the happiness they are in the Geula of their God. Asbam Kula, all the angels come, and they admit to God. The Chol Shemaya, and all the angels Al HaKadosh. They all have to admit on this holy nation that learns Daf Yomi every day. Modern Hasidus, ready to say Litvish, doesn't matter where you come from, 12-year-olds, 8-year-olds, doesn't make a difference. And Hashem shows us all that I was right. I saw Klal, and I saw who they are. So he brings all the angels to everyone's Seder. And they're like the Baruch, just making the Simchas Geula so viral. And then the Zohar says something that was very hard. Baruch Hashem, I read the Rabbi Gamliel answers my question, and he says, Yisrael v'sibah hu noishli koyach v'yibayim. When you sit at your Seder, happy, not in a rush. I know everyone's very makbid in Chatzos. All of a sudden, you're makbid in Manim. You should be makbid in Chatzos, if that's where you go. But you can speak before talk after Chatzos. After Chatzos. Because Baruch Hu is so proud to show them that they were wrong. And we give Chayach to Hashem. And the rest of the world in Shemayim have a certain awe of God. So the question is, with this we finish, the question is, how do we give Chayach to Hashem? Especially this year, the Chayach that we give to Hashem is Merkatri, a lot of that are anti-children of God, life of Hashem, us, life. They're always bad mouths. They're this, they're that, they're this, they're that. And Hashem, like us, showing by the Seder who we really are, Hashem turned to them and said, you said this last month. That's why it has to be like Yetzias Mitzrayim. You said this when they went out of Mitzrayim. You said, look at them, they're 49 level of football. What are you bothering with these peasants? Look how wrong you are. The whole world this year. Hashem, look at, they're all finished. Second. They just made a Siyum. Look how wrong you are. And by us doing this, Hashem has to play out next time in the country to say, you were wrong in trying, you're wrong now too. That's the Koyach, that's what Pesach. And that's why the Chinuch says, and it ties it very nicely, that you can't break the bones of the Torah Pesach. It doesn't say that anywhere else. Why? Because a king and royalty, it's not manners to sit there and break and suck bones. So we are royalty, even in the Torah Pesach. We are royalty. We need to know who we are. And the second thing is it has to be a chabura. It has to be one. The kala has to be one. It has to get along with each other. So my brother to everyone is, you in this room, and a lot of people not in this room, have shown HaKadosh Baruch Hu and shown the B'nai Yishmael. But we are not peasants. We are not mud people. We are royalty. And the title is our book of etiquette. And you just finished a chapter in that book of etiquette. And we will be Zoycha, a client, busiest day for a client by far, ever Pesach. I was trying to sell something to my friend, and Mashiach come, I'll let him cut the line. But I heard there's a bunch of other things I had to do this, I don't know if that's going to work. You know what? We should have that problem. We should have to work together. We should have a healthy year. We should have Siyat Shmai in your learning. And I give you the biggest bracha I can give you, that your children and grandchildren and great-grandchildren, until Mashiach comes, should all be the Derech Hashem and all finish that. Thank you, and good job.
Thank you, Rabbi Wallenstein. Ben and I need 90 seconds to finish. Then we will have benching by Kalman. Then we will daven Myron, and then Rebelli will give the shir on the first daf of Shkolim. Okay. Title of our finale is called "Oh, the Places You'll Learn the Daf," not by Dr. Seuss, but by Dr. Stuss. For so many years in my head I have heard, but to me it was crazy, even more absurd. To try and to learn, that's a very big laugh. I'd have much better luck riding a giraffe.
I did have some years to try and to learn. Who am I to even try? That was my concern. Every day and every night, such a big effort. Just thinking about it starts to make my head hurt.
A commitment such as this, I figured I would miss. Who wants to start down this very long abyss? Another Siyum had come and had already passed. I saw so many friends really having a blast.
I saw learning on a plane. I saw learning on a train. I saw learning on a boat. I saw learning with a goat.
I saw learning on a bus. Many did it without much of a fuss. I saw learning in a car. Maybe it wasn't so bizarre.
They all have that special desire and spirit. Maybe, just maybe, I also can do it. Where could I give it a shot? My stomach was already all tied up in a knot.
I looked and I looked, and soon I was hooked. My time with my dusty Gemara was now very booked. The 8-minute daf was just about right. I wouldn't have to stay up all night.
So I started to learn a little each day. It became very hard to stay away. I began to learn and even enjoy. I hadn't learned as much since I was a very little boy.
This Eli Stefanski had a very unique way. Each daf, even hard, was going to be okay. Charts and diagrams and stories, oh my. This type of learning, he is clearly my guide.
Oh why did I learn the daf before? I yearned and was eager to learn even more. I clearly needed to learn some more stuff. This 8-minute daf just wasn't enough.
But could I do it, a full daf a day? I thought it overwhelming in every which way. Eli kept saying it's not about me. It's really all about daily domain.
1 daf, 2 daf, 3 daf, I started. Never again from my Gemara would I ever be parted. Sometimes on YouTube and sometimes on Zoom, my kids saw me learning and are now very full of diamond root.
My life has changed so much for the better. I just have to write Rebelli a letter. Rebelli, I thank you from the bottom of my heart. Your Gemara class each day gives me my start.
To the entire MDY team, I say thank you for all you do. It's long overdue. One last thing I would like to impart. All you have to do is give the daf a star.
The daf unites us no matter our backgrounds. Rebellion, we are blessed that you we have found. If you can do it, maybe I can too. Together learning Shas, we will all get through.
Masechet to all, something we did love. We shall be so glad to see our golden dove. Now I know I can do it. I will not quit. I hope this makes me a former.
Mazal tov. Oh, that. Not yet.
No, I want to shut the.